first heard about it when I lived up in Sonoma County, because Celeste grew up in Sonoma County, and I was working with a web designer who went to high school with Celeste. And I was, I at the time was a communications director for a nonprofit, and I just became friends with him and told him, I'm really interested in relationships and intimacy and sex, and started to tell him just like that was a passion for me. And he was like, oh, you should check this out. And he forwarded me their newsletter because he's on their email list. And I was like, this sounds amazing. And so I just kind of paid attention to Somatica for a couple of years. And, but I didn't actually do it until 2018, but I had heard about it in 2015. So I definitely had a deep curiosity about it because I had never heard of experiential intimacy coaching that was boundaried. It's like you're not taking your clothes off with clients, you're not doing like traditional sex work with clients, but yet it's not just like you're a stuffy therapist and you're just sitting there like they're talking at you. It was this like cool combination of, like what I imagined was like sex therapy and what I imagined was sex work, because there's like erotic wrestling and eye gazing with a client, but like really upholding boundaries. And for me, that was also really powerful because like boundaries are hard for me. As you said, they're hard for you, and then probably a lot of people socialized women in this culture and, other genders too. But yeah, like I was deeply moved and also afraid of the fact that I was going to have to uphold boundaries, really strong boundaries of like, yeah, I know you would really love to take my shirt off right now, and that's not within the boundaries of this work. Like to me, that was really intriguing and a personal growth node that I knew I needed, but I think I wasn't quite ready for it for a couple of years. And I felt like I was really struggling with upholding boundaries in my relationships up until that point. So I feel like signing up for Somatica and becoming a sex and relationship coach was really saying yes to, I am ready to uphold boundaries and be uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable is part of sharing intimacy with someone in a very boundary professional container, right? I mean, there's no way that it's not just like some clean, I'm a sex therapist sitting in a chair, you're talking at me, like, and it's not the total messiness of like, I'm a sex worker experience, but yeah, just like the melding of these two concepts to have for something so powerful and healing. Yeah, I was like finally like, okay, I'm ready to really experience this. And it felt edgy in like just the right way, because it wasn't so messy, it wasn't so clinical and uptight, which is not me clearly. So yeah, I think the work is amazing and wonderful. And now that it's quarantine time, I'm not necessarily, I'm not like erotic wrestling with my clients, obviously, but what I do is I use experiential exercises as the foundation of my work, so like, I can give a lecture in like an online course that I'm doing, but then I'll also have, a beautiful flickering candle video where it's like, okay, now you're going to do an experiential exercise for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, where you do a meditation or a visualization, or you do a communication role play with your partner, and you do erotic wrestling with your partner, depending on what it is that I'm trying to help the individual or partner do. I think experiential gets the learnings into the emotional muscle memory. It like locks it in versus just hearing information. So that's the really like the most critical piece that I've taken from the Somatica method.